on, all my lawn care ninjas? What is going on this beautiful, sneaky Saturday? Hope all you ninjas are doing great on this beautiful, sneaky Saturday. I'm having a good day, and I am caught up. I'm staying on top of things. Got only like a couple more yards ahead of me, and I am done for the week. As a lot of you ninjas already know, I have been going solo 3 full weeks in a row, and it has been quite amazing. It actually brings back memories how it used to be when I first started my business, and it's very rewarding. And yes, is it harder? But it's so much harder. Yes, it is. But you know what? I've been able to keep up. I've been able to keep up with all my accounts. I'm still generating the same money I've been generating with 1 or 2 guys with me. Of course it's harder, but much more rewarding. And it's an eye-opener. Like I said, it's not like I haven't been here before. If a lot of you loyal ninjas will remember, I started last year's season solo, and then I ended up finally hiring somebody. But it's very rewarding. It changes your perspective of things, and you know, it's nice to have help, don't get me wrong, but it's nice also not to have to pay somebody a good chunk of money a month, and then still have to bite your fingernails, you know, worry about if they're going to show up or not, and if they're going to do a good job. You have to teach them, train them, and so forth. Now, will I hire somebody? Yeah, eventually, of course, but I'm kind of cool in it right now, right? The temperatures are still good. I can keep up with all my accounts, and I don't know. You know, look, this really has been an eye-opener because it's something that we've talked about, ninjas, for many ninja years ago. I think we mention it every year. Employees and yada yada yada. And I think it's important to remind ourselves, me including myself, me, myself, and I, who really runs your business? Who really is the key to success to your business? It's not your employees, man. It's you, ultimately. Look, employees help you run your business. Employees don't run your business. And that's the problem with a lot of employees, at least in my situation and my, you know, the amounts of employees I've had and whatnot. Some of them start to think that you can't run this thing without them. Some of them start to think that, you know, if you let them go or if they quit, you're going to be out of business. And that's just simply not the case. Because at the end of the day, ninjas, if you don't get up, you don't have that mindset. Remember what we talked about. Employees are not going to have a job. The business will shut down. And I guess you'll sit on Granny's couch, draw unemployment, or maybe go get just a regular job. But anyway, the point is, seriously, it's been an eye-opener, and I don't know, it's just, it reminds me that, like, you know, this whole thing, I've built this. You've built that. And so the credit should always go to you. It's your equipment, your truck, your responsibility, your insurance, your customers. Something breaks down, it's on you. Something breaks at a property, it's on you. You can't take care of those customers, or something, or a customer has an issue with something, it's on you. They're not going to call Billy Bob Jr., they're going to call you. Anyway, employees help you run your business. They don't run your business. I just pulled up at this one. Seems like just the other video, we finished the video with this yard. But anyway, this is a weekly. I'm going to zippity-doo-dah real quick through this. Not a big deal. It's not even that tall. And that's what I love about weekly yards, ninjas. They don't get tall. You don't allow them to get tall. And you're able to just keep them maintained, looking good, and zip right through. But I'm not going to record here. I may record a little bit at the next one. I don't know. I have a little shrub job. Some shrubs are overgrown. It's not a big shrub job, but it is overgrown. So I do have that. And then I have the church as well. And then that's it. I'm done. So I'm going to actually have a day off tomorrow. Ooh, so nice. I haven't had a day off in 3 weeks. But before we move on, and before I get out here and start slicing and dicing, I want to give a big shout out to a fellow ninja who is all the way down in Georgia. Georgia. Big shout out to Brian all the way down in Georgia. Brian reached out to me and emailed me and said, Nick, don't give me that, Nick. He said, hey, I see you're using the Darwin's grip on one of your trimmers. Do you like them? If you like them, I bought 2 of them. I used one for like 2 times, and the other one I bought, I believe he said for his brother. I'm not mistaken. We'll get to the letter here in a minute. And you know, he found out that it wasn't really for him, even though he's tall. He ended up figuring out that the strap around his shoulder is actually more beneficial for him to take the weight off of the from the weed eater off of his arms. And so he's like, hey man, if you want them, you can have them. So Brian, thank you very, very much for sending me 2 brand new. One is used twice, the other one is brand spanking new. Darwin grips, I will definitely put those to use as I'm planning on upgrading my trimmers here soon anyway, because I think it's time. But let me show you right here. Brian sent me 2 of them. Like I said, this one has been used, you can tell, like twice, and this one is brand new. And thank you, Brian, man. These are so freaking awesome. I have truly enjoyed the one that I have. What do I think about them? I think they're great for taller individuals because a taller individual does have to bend forward a little bit more with a regular weed eater when you're holding it, you know, where the handle is. And it can hurt your back over the course of time. So I've discovered that for a taller person, I think they'll do great wonders. But for someone who's shorter, I don't know, you know, I don't know, but I don't think that they might be as beneficial for you. I'm not really sure. But Brian, he also sent me a great letter. Let's go ahead and read the letter, and then we're gonna go ahead and move on. Here we go. He said, Nick, thank you for so many valuable, instructive, and humorous videos. You're welcome, Brian. I do not work in lawn care, but apply many things I learned from you in the lawn maintenance I do. I hope you are able to use these Darwin grips. I bought one for myself and one for my younger brother. I am 6'7". Woo! Brian, you one tall ninja, man, because I'm like 6'4", and whoo, man. And found that the shoulder strap works better for me in keeping some of the weight off of my arms. I only used the one grip twice. The second one was for my younger brother. He developed cancer and could no longer do his own yard work, so I have been doing it for almost 3 seasons. One when he was still with us, and 2 since he lost the fight. Oh man. Brian, I'm so sorry, man. I'm really sorry for your younger brother. This cancer stuff sucks, man. This cancer stuff is taking people left and right, from children to adults to everybody. It's surreal. And you know, I went through this last summer with a little boy who was my son's age. So I'm really sorry, man. I'm sorry for your loss. Where was I? I am very happy to know that you will put them to use. If you find out you do not need them, please bless someone else with them who can, like you gave another lawn pro a blower. Yeah, man. I plan on doing a lot of giveaways on my Instagram, and I have given away a lot of stuff in the past, and you know, I try my best to help people out as much as I can. I'm sorry to see Busy Bee go, but fully understand putting school first. Absolutely. Having worked my way through school myself, you seem to still be killing it solo for now. That's right. Good luck finding a helper that lifts your business. One day, Little Ninja will take over and you can help him. Yes, sir. Thank you, Brian. Thank you so much. I wanted to share this with you, ninjas. Brian has been awesome, man. Just wanting to reach out to me and send me these. I really appreciate him. And Brian, again, I'm really sorry, man, to you and your family and for your loss. I'll be keeping you in my thoughts and prayers for sure. So that threw me off, man. Just pulled up at this one. I got to mow the yard, of course. It's a bi-weekly, so it's not even that tall, but it needs a trim. But these are all the shrubs that I have to do. These I'm just going to touch up a little bit on the sides and top, so that way they're not going into the railing. Japanese maples. Individualize these, he said. I hope I can get this big one without having to break the ladder out, but if I do, that's fine. I got the ladder with me. And then really just these right here, just kind of shape them up and get them back in under control. Oh, and that thing over there too, it's covering the electric box and all that. They told me if I can trim that as low as possible. I've really gotten used to and really like the battery powered trimmers. Sometimes, you know, when you have to use your trimmers up against your head, next to your shoulder, you gotta, you know what I mean? You're not getting all that exhaust, you know, muffler and smell. And also it's not as loud, but I feel like it's the same amount of power as a gas trimmer. I do have a steel, well, you ninjas have seen it. It's the 131. And I do have the attachment for the hedge trimmers. But I always just go with these. I keep a couple of batteries charged up. I have another backup in the truck. And it always just lasts me and gets the job done. I do need to sharpen them. So here pretty soon we'll have a video on sharpening on my hedge trimmers. Well, at least I'll probably do those because the steel is my backup. And then my hand trimmers, I've really enjoyed these Husqvarna 536 Li HD60X. Right there. Same thing. Keep the full battery charged. I have always an extra battery, and I just happen to have two. This one's bigger than this one. Two batteries for the Husqvarna. See? They're all full. So that's what I use. I think the battery backpack blowers are fine, and battery hedge trimmers I just can't get used to. I don't know. When it comes to the weed eaters, I just need that power. So anyway, so when it comes to these Japanese maples, if you ever come across where a customer asks you to trim them, be real careful with these. They are very expensive and very sensitive trees. And when I say expensive, I mean they can go up to a couple $1,000s a tree. And the last thing you want to do is be responsible for killing it. So what I always tell them is, this time of the year, I'm just going to shape them up around the edges and get them back a little bit under control. You know, clean up a little bit around them at the bottom, at the top, any of the ones that are sticking out. And that's all I'm doing. So I make it very clear to them so they're aware of what to expect. I mean, I push them. I mean, I got a few little touch-ups more, but I push them from the stairs right here, from the railing. And, you know, as I go around, I'm just going to touch up a little bit more in details where one or two might be sticking. Same thing right there. You saw that I pushed it back. Got a little bit more at the bottom. A few more over there. So just be real careful with these is all I got to say. This thing is really rough, man. There's vines in here, weeds, all kinds of things. What I wanted to share with you is, if you come across this situation as well, if a customer says, hey, cut it down as far as possible, okay, and it's a mess like this one, then you quoted cutting it down just as far as possible. That means as far as I can go with the hedge trimmers. Okay, that's as far as possible. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, you can only use the hedge trimmers and trim it up to the to the point where it starts to get really thick. You know what I'm saying? Where it starts to turn into little trees. All right. And if they come back to you and say, hey, we want it shorter, then you have to quote it additionally. And obviously at that point, just let them know and say, hey, the only other way to do this, if you really wanted to restart all over, is take a chainsaw and chop it off. Anyway, so just don't quote it like a regular trimming, and then they tell you go lower, go lower, go lower, and then you're here for 5 freaking hours trying to get through this mess, and you only charged 50 or 75 bucks. Okay, just an example. Another one. This customer just walked up to me. Ninjas, there's money everywhere. I'm not even playing. Money is literally everywhere. So I'm trimming this. This guy walks over to me. He's like, you mow their yard and trim? I almost was like, no, I'm a plumber. Anyway, but yeah, I said, yeah. He goes, how much would you charge me to cut my yard? I said, well, I don't know. I'd have to look at it. I said, I'm gonna finish this, what I'm doing, and I'll when I get done, I'll check it out. He's like, okay, cool. When you're in this situation where you really don't need to take on any more accounts, I mean, don't stretch yourself too much. But if it's a convenient thing, just like this situation is, like he's right next door, it's obviously a super small granny yard, just like this one. You know, I'm gonna give him a premium quote, and if he takes it, then so be it, and if he doesn't, oh well. I really just don't need any more yards. I've got plenty to keep me occupied this whole season. That first battery died on me, so I had to go get the second one. Hopefully the second one will be enough to finish all this. I don't see why not. Well, ninjas, I just finished, and as you guys saw, my battery had died, and I was like, I'm not going back to the truck to change out batteries. I just want to get this done. It's 7:30. I was really hoping to make it to the church so I wouldn't have to work tomorrow. But you know what? It's the only thing I have tomorrow. I'll go knock it out real quick, come back home, and enjoy the rest of the day with my family. But here it is, it's done. It looks great. The cleanup, man, was it a lot. I wish I took some pictures at least. It was a lot of cleanup, especially on the rose bushes over here. And I mean, man, I'm telling you, it was bad. But you know what I did? I used the sgninjas mower, and I put the shoot blocker down. Just mulched it up, man. Mulched it up, and it did really good. I mean, you can tell you can tell that it's gone. You can't even tell it was there. Talked to the neighbor over there, and I gave him a crazy price just because I really don't have I mean, it's a granny yard, don't get me wrong, but he wants the shrubs too, just like I did over here. So I gave him a crazy price, man. I gave him 500 bucks, you know, and for the mowing and the shrubs and all. He doesn't have a whole lot of shrubs, but and I normally wouldn't charge that much, but at this point I really don't. And the dude accepted it. The dude accepted it. I guess what I want to say and conclude this video with is there's many things I could tell you, but I'm gonna tell you one thing for now, and probably a couple others in future videos. But the one thing I'm gonna tell you for anyone who's wanting to get into this business, starting up just now, or you know, trying to get your lawn care business on its feet, the only person you have to depend on is yourself. You can't really depend on anybody. I don't really care if you're a solo, then you already know that. But if you have 5 guys, if you have 10 guys, 2, 3 employees, 10 employees, 20 employees, it doesn't really matter. At the end of the day, employees will come and go. And what ultimately keeps your business running is yourself. You have to have that mindset. You have to have that commitment, that drive, and you have to have a vision and a goal of where you want to, what you want to do with your business, man. Anyway, I'm just bummed out that I didn't make it to the church. I thought it wouldn't take as long, and I really was hoping to get done, so I just hate that I have to even go out tomorrow and do anything. You know what I'm saying? Because I just wanted one day where I can not worry about having to get up but hey, I'm doing really good considering it's just one account, you know, it's just the church, and it's not bad. We'll get her knocked out and then enjoy the rest of the day with the fam, and then just get ready for next week. So Pump Monday is around. This is crazy, man. I'm going on a month going solo, and I'm keeping up with all my accounts. I love it, man. I love it. Really, what screwed me up is that rain, and so I've been playing catch up for a good week to week and a half to 2 weeks. I've been playing catch up. So, all right, ninjas. Thank you for tuning in for another one. Take care. Have a great weekend. We'll see you on the next one.
Saving green.
Take care. Peace.